where more than 100 local businesses were meeting to talk about the state's new coronavirus restrictions, and then a local health official and sheriff's office officials showed up, and this is what happened.
No, now we gotta get off the property. You don't really gotta leave. Off the property. Off the property. You're not welcome here.
And, and what people might have not seen before that is there was a confrontation between some of those business owners. They asked the local health official and the sheriff's deputies for warrants. Present your warrant or leave. Is this what all people should do if they feel like their rights are being infringed by a local government?
Well, I'm not going to give legal advice to people on television, but there is no basis for health officials to come into private property without some legal paper, whether it be a warrant or some justification. I do think that there are justifications for putting health concerns over business concerns as long as they're reasonable, but process has to be followed. And process doesn't allow government officials just to walk into people's property without probable cause, without a warrant, or without some kind of authorization from either judicial authorities or administrative authorities. I'm not suggesting that people take advantage of that and be good citizens. Good citizens comply with health rules, but you asked me what the law is, and the law is that you need some authorization before you can stamp on private property. We still believe that one's home is one's castle, but the problem is viruses go through walls, and we have to make sure that we protect the health of every American.
Yeah, another interesting legal aspects of this too is sometimes the enforcement mechanisms aren't there. You've seen, local officials, constitutionally elected ones like sheriffs in New York State saying they're not going to enforce the governor's order. So what happens, Professor Dershowitz, when you have a lawmaker pass a law and the enforcement folks, the law enforcement, they refuse to enforce it? What happens?
Well, first of all, governors don't get to make the law. They just get to enforce the law. Laws are made by legislatures, and only the legislature can impose penalties for failure to follow the law. Now, legislatures can authorize, in extreme situations, governors or sheriffs to enforce legislative mandates, but it has to come ultimately from the legislature. That's the way our system of governance works. And sheriffs, like everybody else, have to obey the law if it's properly enacted and properly enforced.
All right, Sheriff, just got some challenges on their hands with this new law. We'll see what happens. Professor Dershowitz, great to see you as always. Thanks for